Thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. Last time we left off, we discussed the Milwaukee Bucks' recent victories. I think it was the Clippers the last time we left off. We got a victory, and next game was Denver, and anybody that watched that game knows what happened. Probably was the worst loss of the season. So we can go ahead and look at it more in depth and see what really happened. I would assume Joker got everybody involved, dominated the glass, put up good points, and that's what happened. Triple double. So we can assume that he won the battle with Brook Lopez, who 12 points, 5 rebounds. That's you can't put that type of performance out against Joker and think you're going to win the game. So which means that you didn't stop him from rebounding and you didn't stop him from scoring. And he's always been, a good passer. Well, since I heard about him, I'm not a Denver fan. I haven't been following his whole career, but he's a well-known passer in the league. And it looks like that was pretty much it. It was a well played out effort on their starting five. Everyone had double figures. Jamal Murray put up 24, 1 for 5 from 3. It looked like we just couldn't stop Joker. We didn't have good play on our wings, and this is something I want to discuss later on in the video. With this performance, we had Augustine and Dante. They totaled 10 points on an outing, and they both played 20 plus minutes. So productivity, man, you can't let your backcourt get outscored. So that's just something I think we need to address later on. But it looks like, Chris Middleton played well, and, what Giannis does. He didn't really do well as far as rebounding. He only had 8, but that's still pretty manageable, you know what I mean? But when you see their rebounding battle, it was terrible. We got smacked as a unit, and that probably was the reason why we lost that game. And then the win streak started again. And this is something that we continuously see now. We see more win streaks the last few weeks of the season, and that's something that you want to see because we were back and forth earlier in the season. I think we were just getting our footing in because a lot of these players are new, so you can't really rush to judgment and get paranoid. You gotta give things time. Now, the only person I would feel as though their time is being counted and watched is the coach. But the players, I think, are fine, unless they look towards doing some trades and bettering the unit, which is something else that we can discuss later on in the video. But with the next victory was against the Grizzlies, and this was a good game, man. They lost. The Grizzlies lost by 1 point, and it looks like Giannis is the usual thing, 1 for 1 from 3 this time, 11 boards, 8 assists, 26 points. Chris Middleton did his thing also, 6 threes. Wow. He shot 17. See, this is the thing with Middleton. If he's going to shoot 17 times, I'm going to need him to make more than 6 shots. Because playoff time, man, like this could easily been a blowout. Because Memphis, they're a solid team in the West, and you can't really base the record off these Western teams because they'll come to the East and be first, second, third, fourth, fifth. You know what I mean? Even though they're 8th, 9th in the West. So Memphis is a solid team, especially with Ja Morant. They have a solid young team. But if Middleton just hits a couple more of these shots, man, this game's not even close. But that's just something we got to work on. We got to take smart shots. Because 5 for 11 from Brook Lopez, it's just weren't good shots, I'm guessing. Or it just wasn't their night, but they still it was lucky, so I'm going to assume they played great defense because based on this year or just the new NBA, 111 and 112. That's like the new 90, 95. Back in like 2001, 2002. That's like scoring 95 back then. So that's pretty much a good defensive game. Because now people are scoring 135 and 140 and with no overtime. So this is just something that the threes, man, they changed it. And I was just sitting there wondering. I'm sitting here watching highlights, and a lot of the highlights are just threes. And I'm like, man, I like people getting crossed and people getting dunked on. I love threes too, but like a lot of the new highlights now, or you just sitting on YouTube, is just people shooting threes and making threes. So I really don't get into the highlights as much. But let's see, as far as what Ja Morant did, he killed, man. He's that's the thing, man. He's not afraid to shoot the three. He shot 13 threes and made 3. So that's something you want to see in a young player, but that's not something you want to see in Chris Middleton, if you see what I'm saying. So he carried the team, 35 points. Brooks did his thing, man, 23. But these players this is their team, so they pretty much have to carry, a load. So they're going to take majority of the shots. So they're going to be on that high volume shooting that you see from Iverson back in the day. But it just wasn't enough on that given night. But shout out to Memphis though, man. They're probably going to make the playoffs, man. Hopefully we're going to see. The next game was the Knicks, and this one made me a little nervous. It's based off how great the Knicks been playing this season, man. They've been shocking everybody, and I think Julius Randle was a big part of it, but he not the night. This night wasn't his night, man. He had 7 points, 6 assists, 8 rebounds, 3 for 11, which is great defense, by the way. And we held them to a total of 101 points. Great defense, and this is something that we have to improve on. If we can stay locked in like this on defense, man, and then just continuously get a little better on offense, to just take better shots and make the shots that are makeable, we're gonna be solid, man, and we're gonna be a threat. But shout out to them on defense. RJ Barrett, man, he played okay. Actually, he played pretty good. 9 for 15, 22 points, 5 boards, 2 assists. Played pretty well. Obi Toppin, 4 for 5. He shot a 3 and made a 3. That's pretty good, man. I didn't think he was gonna be out here shooting threes. Let's see if he can improve on that and see where that can help take his game to new heights. He finished with 10 points. Now, this was pretty good. Like, the bench, Forbes came in, man, 7 for 7 from 3, 21 points. I mean, every bucket was a 3. Shout outs to him, man. He held it down off for the bench. And Augustine finished with 12 off the bench. The bench really helped out, man. Cause it didn't look the starting 5, man. They carried us. As far as everyone had double figures, but Chris Middleton finished with 14 points.
Come on.
So let's just say the bench wasn't so aggressive, or they weren't able to hit most of their shots, and our defense was just a little bit more sloppy. We probably lose this game, man. If you can only get 14 points from Middleton, that's not enough, man. And then the backcourt with Drew Holiday and Dante to get you 22 points. So RJ had 22 points by himself. Boom. You know what I mean? So it's just like, how do you want to? Just shout out to him, and that was a good game, man. The defense really held it down, and like I said, the bench did its thing. So as you see, man, this is a little win streak. This is something that we want to see for Bucks Nation, man. You love to see it. And now we went against Wizards. And you might hear this Washington team a little later on in the video, but I think this is something. I think this might be the last time we played them, because I remember we played them on a back-to-back and we beat them both times. So I think we just swept them. I don't think we played them 4 times. I know this is the new shortened NBA season due to the situation that we were experiencing, but Giannis triple double, and that's what you love to see, man. You love to see him on that level. 15 rebounds. See, when he gets above 12 rebounds, it's just like another mode, because he finishes with 30, and then he gets the triple, then he gets the assist. He's getting people involved, and this is what you see. Middleton 23, 3 for 7, pretty good. This is what you need to see. He needs to be like this more consistently, but he shot the ball more times than everybody else. He only made 9 shots, 9 for 22. I like the aggressiveness, man, but I don't know, man. Like, my thing is that as you get into the career of Giannis, because what he sacrificed or what he prevented was something that you gotta take advantage of. He didn't wait until the last moment to sign his deal. He signed his deal with a year left on his other deal. So you have to honor that, man, and get this man solid team, like people that can, carry this team if he's off, or someone that can, the pressure's breaking down, he can pass the ball to them, they can make their own shot. And it's just something that we're lacking. It just seems like, I don't know, man, but it's working in the regular season, but it's been working in the regular season. So this isn't the problem. So a lot of us are just like, we're bored because we know we're going to have a good record in the regular season, and it's something that just makes us, a little like spoiled, because a lot of teams aren't good at all, regular season, playoffs, etc. But when you're just tired of being the regular season champions, it's like, what else can you do but wait until the Super Bowl or wait to the championship or playoff time? But I think we'll be okay, man. We just need to make maybe a couple moves. So keep on watching. We're gonna go ahead and let you know what I think we should do. But Brook Lopez played way better than he's been doing recently in this game. He had 22 points. He didn't hit any threes though, so that's pretty shocking. Usually if he's hitting, that 20-point level, he hit maybe 2 or 3 threes, but not tonight on this occasion. But we did enough to get the W, man. We had a better game from Drew Holiday. He finished with 15 points. And this, I know he's still was coming back from the injury during this time, so he was a little rusty. He shot 6 for 14, but it's working, man. We winning. You know what I mean? This isn't solid competition, so we can afford to not bring our A game. But even Dante finished with 12 points. Next game we have against the Sixers. Now, we had the Wizards back to back, actually. So with this situation we have here, okay, so this is how we swept them. Okay, I know I said earlier in the video that we played them twice already, but it was this is the week we played them twice. So shout outs to them for holding it down, though, man. They swept them. Giannis again played pretty good. Now, I'm not going to really go into this one that much. We played better than what we usually did. But like I said, this is the Wizards, so a lot of us aren't even expecting like a great victory. But Giannis, not a great victory, but a great game as far as like if they beat us so well, you know what I mean? We're not really afraid of the Wizards right now. So, like I said, with regular season, man, a lot of us are just bored. If you're a team that's only worried about championships and then like you get to the you get to the playoffs and you basically let someone that wasn't even predicted to be there or predicted to beat you, let them beat you. You know what I mean? That's the moment you want to get back to, man. Nobody likes to keep losing. You know what I mean? Especially when you getting paid millions and you have basically like a whole nation of people watching you. That's just me, because I know when I take personal L's in my life, you know what I mean, I like to bounce back from that, and I wanted to be known that that loss made me stronger, and this is something that happens. But the good thing, the thing about the Bucks is that if we're winning, we probably don't have that mindset. because they get comfortable. You know what I mean? So I want us to. That's why sometimes I be wanting us to take a loss just so the focus, you know what I mean, gets more intense, and you know what I mean, you grind harder, because when you have them bad days, they make them strong days even better. And that's what happened against the Sixers. This is the game I was waiting for, because this is probably the most competition we had since that Nuggets game. Not to disrespect like those teams, but Philly's holding it down right now. And we went to overtime and we won. We won by 4 points. Giannis played great, man. And like I feel like he always dominates as far as rebounds when he plays against the Sixers, regardless of if Embiid's playing or not. Like, he always does his thing on the rebounds. He had 32 points, 15 boards, 5 assists. Oh man, Dante, man, he played great. I was gonna go to Middleton, man, but I just feel like if there's a person that's getting the most money with no pressure at all, it's Middleton. I feel like he can just keep coasting and having bad games, and there's really no pressure on him. And it's like, man, is he really worth his contract? Because I feel like with that contract, man, we should definitely be like, we should definitely be at least making it to the conference championship, man. And it's like you don't get that production out of him. And it's like it's inconsistent. It's like it's sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. But it's like, is it more times that it's more times that it's not there than it is there, right? Or is it just me? I don't know, man. Let me know how y'all feel. But I just feel like this situation is, it's maybe not be the best for Giannis in winning the championship in Milwaukee. That's all I'm saying. But like I said, it was enough to win the game. So that means like I said earlier, whenever you get these low-scoring 100-point games, these are defensive games. This is how you know that it was a grind. That whenever you don't see the 120s and 130s, you know it was great defense. That's just, you know, teams are a little better. The rules changed, so now we're the games where it was maybe 80, 90 points scored, you know, back in 2001, 2002, that just converted to the low-scoring 100-point games, the 105s and the 103s. But, hey, like I said, man, that was a nice little win streak. What's that? Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. So, in the last 6 games, we're 5-1. That's putting us in real good competition right now in our conference. So, I would think we're still top 3. Yeah, top 3 right now. Philly was number 1, and we took them out. So shout outs to them. I believe Brooklyn just lost to the Magic at the time of this recording, and that was a good game. Aaron Gordon did his thing, man. Anybody that's fans of him and the Orlando Magic, I know y'all love to see that. But Kyrie Irving, man, he's something special. But that's just my opinion on him. Is in the Nets was like, I was one of the people that was saying, in order for them to win the ring, they should trade Kyrie Irving and just build around James Harden and Kevin Durant. And I'm a big Kyrie Irving fan because I'm a Duke fan, so I watched him in those few 10, 11 games that he gave us in his freshman year. But I've always been a fan of Kyrie Irving, but that's just something I thought about. But I don't know, man. Maybe it might work out. Maybe, you know, it was working. They were definitely on a nice little run with the wins. But this is about Bucks Nation, man. So shout outs to us, man. Hopefully we can go ahead and make these moves. Now I was talking to a guy on Twitter, and we were discussing a pickup of PJ Tucker. So congratulations. I definitely think that's a great addition to our bench as far as a big man. He might even start a few games, man, you know, depending on the matchup. If you don't like Brook Lopez, or we feel as though he's not going to really take advantage of the matchup the way Tucker can, we can go ahead and throw him in there. Let him pay the $5. He's good at it. But I think him and Bobby Portis, man, I think that's going to, because Portis has been killing it. That was probably our best pickup, and I thought it was going to be Jrue Holiday, But I think with the injury, man, that I kind of like set him back a little bit. So we basically got to give him like another month just to really judge his acquisition and see if he was really worth it or not. Or we can even wait until the playoffs, and because that's when he really shows out, his playoff time. And I ain't really mad at that. That ain't what I'm mad at. So we'll be fine, man. We just got to keep on balling. But I feel as though it's a few people that we can go ahead and possibly trade, and bringing somebody that can really take our team to the next level, that can really stretch and make problems for the defense, man. Because I feel as though we don't really take advantage. We don't make the defense really think. We might outmuscle them or be a little bit more physical because we got nice big men on our team that can really impose their will on the other team, on the defenders, especially on the glass. Like when you got Lopez and Giannis, you got people that can rebound. That's just something that it's not really something the coach is doing. That's just the talent. So I think sometimes the defense gets away with it with an easy game because I don't think we make them think as hard as we should, because we rely so much on our physical talents. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think the scheme is working, and that's why the scheme couldn't get Giannis open against the Raptors. That's why we struggled against the Miami Heat last year. And this is what the issue is like when your scheme is solely based on talent instead of actual scheme to make the defense work and think and break down for other people to take advantage of. And those people have to be good enough to take advantage of that situation. They can't, you know what I mean, basically missed on these opportunities when the defense breaks down, because the defense naturally won't break down too many times during the game. So you have to hit on those situations, and that's something that we don't really do outside of Giannis, and that's what makes me think that some of these players can be moved. You got people out there like Bradley Beal that's disgruntled in their team and that feel as though their talent might be wasted. People see it all the time, man. All these players that just spend so much time on a team that's mediocre, and they don't really develop into a Super Bowl champion or something, you know, to catapult their legendary status. And we see it with AJ Green with the going to the Cardinals. He wasted so much time playing with Andy Dalton and in Cincinnati. It's like, what does he have anything left? And I'm sure he might. And, you know, that Kyler Murray is definitely the quarterback to bring it out of you. So shout out. I think that's going to be a good pickup. But I was just using that analogy of just spending so much. I know even though it's the NFL, that's just something I just seen in the news recently. But I just feel as though get out if you feel as though, man, you not happy where you at, because the money's going to be there. And a lot of y'all already signed a lot of them already feel as though they signed their max deals. So why not go and get a ring now? Like, you made money. You can make money. You can get another deal after you get a ring. You know what I mean? Go sign a 2-year deal, get a ring, and go get another max deal. So when teams are basically in control of a player's situation more than the players don't like that. So a lot of them are voicing. That's how you see, like, James Harden, how he got out of Houston for, you know, pennies. And that's what makes me think it's pretty much the same way Bradley Beal can be removed from the Wizards for pennies. So you gotta get on that phone, man, and see what's going on, because that's how you honor Giannis, by getting him a Bradley Beal, regardless if Chris Middleton is there or not. If Middleton got to go for us to get Bradley Beal, who's going to say no to that? But when you see these other trades that's going on in the league, you know, it makes you think that we may not have to give up a Bradley Beal or give up a Middleton to get Bradley Beal. We may be able to keep both of them, or keep Middleton and give up somebody else. So either way, man, but you can get a Bradley Beal, or if you think that's too risky or that's too much to pay, get you somebody like Buddy Hield. somebody that can come in and get their own points without sitting there waiting for Giannis, or waiting for Giannis to get double teamed, or they can't make their own shot or create their own shot off the dribble or go to the cup. It's crazy, and it's like I just feel as though we need that to really solidify our run, because we got some trouble, man. We got Brooklyn, Philly's playing great, so making it to the conference finals this year might be the hardest it's been in years. Because them top teams now are heavy. So, man, hold on, man. We gotta slow it down. Keep doing what we doing. Keep that defense on a high level. And don't be afraid to trade some of these guys and bring in more talent, man. So that's all I got for y'all. Sorry, this was a little long video, but that was just because of the PJ Tucker news and then the whole trading and everything. So it was kind of 2 videos in one, basically. But thank y'all for holding it down, man. Y'all have a good one.